Hey everyone, it is Janae the Scientist. Today's video we're gonna do a little, I guess we're gonna start a little series. We're gonna start a little series. It's gonna be series. It's basically going to be me finishing up some whips that I have for a specific event, a specific occasion. And I gave you a little hint. I started this whip back in my Farm D review video, and I'm still working on it. I'm almost done though. Don't do me. I'm almost done. And I'm going to post the link to the item, or like the whip, I guess, in my description box. But I will be going to Italy. This summer, so I wanted to crochet a couple items. So first and foremost being the halter top that I started in that previous video. I have another item. It's a bag. I want to make a bag, and I had a third item but I just forgot. I already started on my bag. I'll probably work on that in another video, but this video I wanted to work on finishing up my halter top whip. Like I said, I'm almost done with it. So this is what I have so far. So I have the halter part, got my straps. Okay, yeah, there we go, the straps. And now I'm working on like the back straps of it, or the part that ties in the back. So I'm working on that right now. So while I'm working on this, I actually wanted to talk about one of my, I don't want to say obsessions, but like one of my fixations. There we go. Fixations since last summer, and that being Love Island season 3. Love Island season 7. What the? It's Love Island season 7. So, you know, people know the Hudas, the Aces, the Taylors, the Clarkett. I really go like this, but she goes like this, Clarkett. And then got the Shelleys, Alandria, Nicholas, the Beldasha or Bella. So we got all of those, but I'm not going to review season 7. I'm going to review the Beyond the Villa. Y'all buckle up because I got a lot to say. So first and foremost, I feel that maybe I'm just outgrowing reality TV shows, like real life reality TV shows, and not staged events. So like the Love Island season 7, like them in the villa, them not having access to like the outside world, cool. It was cool and dandy, it was fine. But now that they're in the outside world and we actually follow them and see them, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't like this. So first and foremost, I think the first couple of moments we were introduced to Hannah and Iris. Yeah, Hannah and Iris, and TJ. First and foremost, I didn't know how I felt about TJ and Iris. I guess right now I think they're cute. I like how they like fit each other. But I do feel that Hannah was very performative this season of the Beyond the Villa. I feel like she started a lot of things, and then she started trying to hide and tucking her tail behind her or under her butt once she was, you know, held to the fire about things. So she got on my nerves real bad. I don't care. Part of me is like, oh yeah, they're young. They're like, what, 23, 24, 25. Me personally, I'm 28. So it's like, they're not too far from me, but they're far enough where I can tell like emotional and mental distance from them, where it's kind of just like, okay, that didn't need all that. So Hannah's character, I give it a 3 out of 10 because I did not really like her this season on Beyond the Villa. Iris, I give her a 6 out of 10 because she was problematic too, but she wasn't as problematic as Hannah. I felt like Hannah was just very like, I want to show people that I'm her. But then whenever she was trying to be her, she'd be like, I just can't understand. Like, girl, if you gonna stand on it, stand on it. Like, please. Like, but make it make sense, because it's not making sense. TJ, I feel like he was an innocent bystander. I wasn't really like checking him. I think he's a cool dude. I don't know him. Like, I don't really have an opinion on him. Like, when it comes to messiness with the Pepe situation, like, I feel like that situation was like a little ghetto. I understand. I mean, personally, I understand that Love Island was like where you find your love and whatnot, but the fact that, I don't know, it was just weird. I don't know. I guess that whole Iris, Pepe, TJ triangle was kind of confusing to me, but like I said, I'm glad that they figured it out. I'm glad that her and TJ are together. I would have been happy if her and Pepe were together, so that tells you I really don't care. I really don't care who she ends up with, as long as she's happy. As long as they're happy. So aside from that situation, the Coco and Chris situation, I felt like there was potential, but I don't like how Chris did my girl Coco. And I'm not a Coco fan. Like, I just take her as she is. How she would say, oh, and he's right in how he feels. Like, if you feel like you don't want to be that man that like treats his lady like a princess, like a queen, then okay, then that's just not what you want to do. But I just felt like it was wrong for him to be like, oh, she just wanted too much, when honestly that's the bare minimum for some women. Like, just say that you're not ready for, I guess, to be the man in the relationship. You're not ready to like lead. You're not ready to give her that treatment. Because honestly, whenever they went to that basketball game, whenever they had that little like walk down the tunnel or whatever, I was kind of like, dang, why is Chris so far ahead from Coco? Come to find out, Coco didn't like that either. She said that he was very inattentive, whatever word. He wasn't really paying attention to her like she would want. And like, I understand, like, I would want my guy to walk with me and not like walk 10 feet ahead of me when it comes to like us being on a date or whatever. Us being on a date. And she was also saying like people were catcalling her, and like Chris was just walking 12 steps ahead and not really, you know, not really being gentlemanly. So like, I understand what Coco was saying, and I don't fault her for like her standards and like her feeling like he was kind of neglectful like of it. I think it was great that they were able to figure that out and like end it there. Personally, I don't know what happened after that because I was just there for the show, but I do feel like, I don't know, I don't like how Chris was saying, I want an older woman, I want someone who's already a queen, someone who doesn't need me to do XYZ. Like I said, you have every right to feel that way, and please go find that, but it's kind of just like, what is a relationship? Like, I don't know. If you don't want to take care of your partner, I'm confused. I don't know. He's not my man. He's not a man I'm looking to be with. Like, I was just confused about that, but it is what it is. They didn't work out. I'm glad that they figured it out sooner than later. So yeah, that's that on that. So y'all, Jeremiah, what? I need to crochet. No, Jeremiah, he was very messy. Jeremiah, very so much messy, very much he wanted to be in the mix without being in the mix. Very much he wanted to seem like he was like this chill guy, like didn't want to be like, I just felt like Jeremiah needed to relax. He needed to back off. He needed to get out of, I may get canceled, women's business. Like, why are you hopping in and out? Like, I don't know. I just thought that was weird. I felt like he was messy. I felt like he's like pretty immature. I know a lot of people like Jeremiah. I used to until I saw Beyond the Villa, and I was just like, no, I don't really care for Jeremiah. But yeah, I didn't really care for Jeremiah in this season of Beyond the Villa. And then and Rina, I can't roll my R's, so I'm sorry. But that situation, I felt as though I don't know. I just felt like he was like performative for the camera, saying like, oh, we're not together, but oh, we're still flirty, da 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 da, we're both single, we can do it. Like, I understand that, but like if she's saying that she's feeling uncomfortable and you already know that you're like leading her on, then that's on you at that point. Like, you saying, oh yeah, we're just friends, but like doing non-friend things like kissing and things like that, then I'm looking at you sideways, because it's just like, okay, you're giving something that it's not. So I understand Andrina on that. Jeremiah, he was like that annoying little cousin that like jumps in and out of things. He was like here and there, and just like he just needed to sit down. He was just like, he was too much. Jeremiah was too much for me. And Amaya, I give Amaya a 3. She was very annoying this season. She was very annoying. I know somebody was like, I just didn't know what it was about her that like really like pissed me off, but someone said it. I was scrolling on TikTok and someone said, they were like, oh, she's just trying to get that one liner that's gonna go viral. Honestly, that's how I felt. Like, she just kept yapping. Like, oh, if somebody, oh, if it happens in front of my face, so like I'm gonna catch it and send it right in the mailbox. Girl, what? Girl, what is you saying? Girl, and she was a hot mess with Brian. First and foremost, okay, we're gonna get into that. But first and foremost, her and Brian, that was very confusing. I understand Brian towards the end of the season, how he was confused, because he was just like, yo, we were cool at the last vacation spot we went to, but now you acting like this. Like, okay, could you explain? Like, I'm not trying to get back with you. She was just like, oh, my boundaries, my relationship. I didn't like how she tried to stand on business in front of the girls, like saying, oh, why did he think it was okay for me able to smell his breath? Like, I don't understand why he thought it was okay for me to smell his breath. And then when it came to TJ, then she started crying, talking about something, I just don't understand why, like, I just don't understand why. And then like when it comes back to Brian, then she's just like, oh, I don't know what gave you the audit. Like, you don't have to be that if you were really standing on business, you don't have to be that performative. I think she just did that to like show who she was, as in like her feeling like she was her. Granted, she's beautiful, she is beautiful, but it's just like, you don't have to do all of that to like prove a point. Like, it wasn't that. But yeah, she got on my nerves. And let me think. Bella, I feel like Bella was cool. I felt like what really like teed me off, and it deals with Grayson, Bella, and Coco, how it was mostly Grayson and Bella. I can't really say, well, I don't know. I'm gonna say that trio. They kind of got on my nerves when they kept saying, oh, they don't want to be our friends. Oh, they're very, they're excluding us. First and foremost, we grown folk. If I don't feel welcome in an environment, I'm not going. Like, I can understand that you have, you get paid for this and stuff, but to keep saying, oh, this feels like high school, oh, I just want to be their friends. Girl, if you don't make your own self the priority, like, that kind of teed me off, because I guess, like I said, they're younger than me. So there's some things where I'm just like, okay, that wasn't necessary. You didn't have to do X, Y, and Z, because they're not going to be your friends. And like, first and foremost, why would you want to be their friends? Because look at what's coming with being them or being around them. Like, everybody all of exposed, and like no one really likes them. So it's just like, Hannah, Iris, they were kind of like the mean girls of the whole entire group. And I just didn't, I guess because they felt like they were the popular girls, that they wanted to be their friends. But I'm gonna need more than that. I'm gonna need more than that for us to be friends. I'm gonna need more than that. Like, we ain't, no. So that was annoying. That was annoying to keep hearing. And then towards the end, they were like, oh, and I'm just so glad that we found each other. Like, da, da, da. Okay, that's a cute little cherry on top to the season, but I still didn't forget how you wanted to be their friends. Like I didn't forget that part. You wanted to be their friends so bad. You want to be their friends so bad. But look at you. Like, but I don't know. I'm glad that they figured it out. Like, they didn't have to be their friends in order to be cool. Who else? I feel like Clark and Taylor, I think that they're a cute couple. I think towards the end they said that their compromise would be that Clark would stay in Charlotte and Taylor could also stay in Charlotte. So like, I guess they found that compromise, because initially Clark was going to go to LA and stay, but Taylor was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I think that was cool. I just hope that, you know, Clark can find her own independence in addition to being in a relationship, because I wouldn't, like, looking at her like, as if she was my friend, I wouldn't want her whole identity centered around her boyfriend. I would like for her to figure out her moves and what she wants to do apart from Taylor. So that would be good. And with Taylor, personally, I don't like how they were kind of like making Taylor's school seem like it was an issue. Like, first and foremost, you knew I was in school, so why are you complaining, saying that, oh, he's in school, da da da. If I'm not I'm in pharmacy school. I'm not missing class. I'm not missing an exam for my man. Like, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm not doing that, because you know how much you have to make up. It's worse to skip and try to catch up than it is to just go. So it's like, I understand Taylor, but I just didn't like how TJ was like, oh, he's still doing that, oh, he's still in school. I didn't like that. Clark, stand by your man. You know he's in school. He can't do XYZ because he is in school. So stand by your man on that. That is your man. You knew he was in school. Stand by him. So, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry, Clarky, but you can deuce it out. Like, that's perfectly okay. You can deuce it out. Like, that's fine. But all in all, I think that their relationship is cool. I don't really have any other complaints about that. Who else? Honestly, the Grayson Austin situation, don't really care. I don't really care. Austin he wasn't my favorite in the villa, so he's not my favorite here. He came like later towards the season, so it wasn't anything like crazy. But yeah, I really didn't care about the situation. I wonder what Grayson saw in Austin that she would want to do more than just be friends. But I mean, hey, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. So yeah, that Brian situation, I felt like Brian was not, well, I won't say he wasn't wrong, but I will say I'm glad that he like stood up and like talked to Amaya about the situation, like how he was in the wrong. I appreciate that, and that's good on Brian. Now with Pepe and the TJ and Hannah situation, I also throw in Charlie. I just don't care. Hold on, y'all. I just feel like, what's her name? Hannah was so dramatic when it came to Charlie. First and foremost, you got you a man. Why are you still focus on that? And she was saying, I'm just tired of you talking about me. And what Bella said made sense. Charlie wasn't in the villa for what, a couple of days, and then he got kicked out. So of course people on podcasts are going to ask him about Hannah, because Hannah's the only experience he had. So I'm confused as to why she was upset about that. I'm confused. Like, of course she would have more people. She would have more people to talk about, and he would, like, that one person wouldn't be the focus because she had more people that she like connected with. For Charlie, I was just confused about that. Like, I don't know what that was. And then her like running off saying her anxiety and stuff like that. Like, girl, no. You get your breathable. We're coming back to this because this don't make no sense. And I don't like how they did things in front of the dinner table, because I felt like, for why? I felt like things were more productive if they had like a couple people, like maybe like the main people and then like maybe two others. Because I felt like the dinner table was just like, that was a recipe for disaster. So yeah, with the Charlie and the Pepe situation, I feel that they need to get over the Pepe situation, because Iris, you're with TJ, you're with Iris. There was a miscommunication somewhere in the mix. I don't know fully what Pepe said. He was saying like how he didn't know that Iris was going to go physically see TJ. I have to go back to the reunion, because I felt like I felt like Pepe, that was back when Pepe and Iris were together. I felt like I felt like Pepe, he saw that picture, and to us he could have been fine with it, but maybe like behind closed doors he was just like, I wasn't messing with that. I didn't know you was gonna see him face to face. Personally, Iris, that was kind of messed up. Why did you have to go to him face to face if you're in a relationship with, well, then again, they weren't exclusive. And that's another thing, I don't understand that, the difference between exclusive or talking exclusive and boyfriend girlfriend. Like, it could be, like, again, it could be my age, but if we're not boyfriend girlfriend, there's no ties. I don't know, that situation, like, that confuses me, because if I think about it that way, then Iris was fine. But like, why was it an issue with Pepe if they weren't officially together? I don't know, I'm confused. That all that confused me. But yeah, I love the little cameo, the little peekaboo of Nick. That was great. I love me some Nick. Love me some Nick. He talked about Alandria. That was cute. I have my own opinion about that situation, about the Nick Alandria little situation. I talked about Jeremiah. I talked about Jeremiah and Andrina. I talked about her. Oh, this girl code thing. Okay, so yeah, towards the end of the season, there was an issue. They did like this little challenge where they had to act like another islander. It was a situation where Hannah was acting like she was Grayson. Well, Grayson, I don't know. I'm a little confused, because like whenever I was watching the episode, like, I didn't see anything wrong with what Hannah did. I'll be honest, I didn't see anything wrong with what Hannah did, but apparently, I don't know, I'm confused. So after they were like, oh, that's Grayson, she was like, oh, I'm blonde, I'm from the South, and I'm still your man. Like, I don't think that was bad. But then they were like, oh, that's Grayson. And then she was like, yeah, that's Grayson. So then Grayson went up to go, I guess, pull a name or something out of the hat. I don't know. To pretend. And then Hannah was like, wait, Grayson, are you good? And Grayson was like, yeah. Like, why are you asking me that? She was like, okay, I'm just checking, like, making sure you're good. She was like, yeah. Like, why wouldn't I be? And it just got all awkward. And then Grayson asked Coco and Bella to come and have, like, a little chat. And then that's when everything went down, where they were saying that they felt as though Hannah and Iris had their little clique and that they wouldn't mingle with other people. It's always just them, and how they felt left out. And then Iris was saying, oh, girl code, because Bella is friends with Pepe and she should have been loyal to me. My thing is, I'm not finna be loyal to you. It's not a girl thing. Like, I don't care if you're a girl, I don't care if you're a guy, I don't care if you're she, they, them, I don't care. If you show loyalty to me, I'll show loyalty to you. Like, if we have that mutual understanding, then like, yeah, I got you. But the fact that based off of sex, off of gender, like that's not enough for me. So I understood what Bella was saying. She was saying that you're not showing me friendship, so like what would make you feel that I can't be friends or be cool with Pepe? And she was even saying like we weren't even cool like that, like I can just have conversation. And then Iris was saying, oh, but like why would you even go to Pepe to hear his side of the story when you should have just believed me? First and foremost, hell no. 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 Either I'm gonna listen to your side and his side, or I don't care at all. Like it's not gonna be a oh, why did you hear his side? Because there's two sides, well actually really three, his side, her side, and the truth. I can't listen to both sides. Me being a research background, I need different points of views. I need to understand. And so her saying, why did you have to go to him to talk to him about how he felt? Girl, is you my mama? Like, I'm fin to ask him. Like, you're making it this way. I'm trying to see from his point of view how he's feeling. So that was like very childish. That was very high school. I didn't like that. I don't feel like Bella was in the wrong in that situation. I do not feel like she was in the wrong. Honestly, I don't feel like Bella was in the wrong with anything except for her trying to be friends with them. I can understand. I think she said her and Hannah were friends, like they were close until Iris and Hannah got closer. At that point, it's just like, deuces, girl. That's cool. Like, what? I ain't tripping. But like I said, I'm older, so it's like I'm not finna like pine for a friendship, and you're not giving me that same energy. No, I'm not doing that. So that was something Bella should have, you know. She's gonna learn. But I'd say I'd give Bella in this season a 6 out of 10. I just felt like she was a little whiny about the not having friends. Grayson, I'd give her also a 6 out of 10 because she was also whiny. I'd give Coco like an 8 out of 10 just because she had more going for her than just that friendship situation. And like seeing how Chris and Coco, like how they started and like how they kind of fizzled out, that was like entertaining to watch. Like I said, I don't care for Jeremiah. I don't know if I gave him a rating, but I'd give him like a 5 out of 10. Charlie, didn't really get much of him in the villa, didn't really get much of him at beyond the villa, so 3 out of 10. Nothing against him, I just don't know the man. Austin, 2 out of 10. He was only there for a quick second and he got on my nerves. Like, so please, he got on my nerves. So yeah, no. So he, 2 out of 10. Who else? Andreina, don't really have an opinion about her. I guess 8 out of 10. She wasn't problematic or anything like that. She's so pretty. Oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. Who else? Bella, Coco. Oh, Brian. I really like Brian. He was cool. I'd give Brian a 7 out of 10. I felt like he was very truthful. He was very honest. I felt like he was, I won't say a stand-up guy because I don't know him, but I felt like he wasn't there for the drama. He was there like to have a good time and then also like get things corrected. So I appreciate that about him. I can respect him for that. Yeah, did not like Chris. Taylor, Clark. I mean, hey, they said they getting out the way. They not trying to. Oh yeah, speaking of Clark and Coco, that situation, that was kind of weird. How she said she like was gaslit, or wait, no, love bombed. That's what she said. Love bombed by her. I could understand what she was trying to say, but that wasn't the word she should have said. But then again, she's a grown woman. She can say whatever she wants. But she should have said that maybe she felt neglected after, or she felt like they're ignored. I don't know. So basically, she was saying that she didn't get the same energy that they got whenever they were outside the villa. She felt like Clark was very distant from her. And I'm like, okay, that's okay, I can understand, but like I said, people aren't obligated to like be friends with you if they don't want to be friends with you. So it's kind of weird to force somebody to be your friend. So I'm not saying that that's what Coco did, but I'm just saying in general. So I feel that that situation, I'm glad that that was like a one and done thing, like, because we really didn't need to see that drag on. I think that was basically everything. Yeah, I think that was basically everything that I had to say. I barely crochet, but I did do this strap. Let me see. Like this strap, but I want it like longer, like maybe to the screen. So I'm like halfway done. But I did work back on it because I haven't touched this in like a week or so. So, and I did have a headache, but now I don't have a headache anymore, so that's good. But yeah, all in all, I felt like I'm glad it's over. I honestly had to take some breaks whenever I was watching it because I was just like so annoyed with Hannah. And like come to find out, Hannah was like, oh, I see what you guys was talking about, how I was acting and stuff like that, and that wasn't okay. Girl, please. Girl, please. That's you. That is you. Until you get the help, that is you. So I'm not fazed by that little apology. I don't know why. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was an apology or it was just a statement. I don't know what it was, but she just needs to fix herself because that was a lot going on. That was a lot going on. Amaya, like I said, got on my nerves. I really hope she does not release that song. That song was trash. Garbage, please. Please save us. Don't release it. Please don't release it. Don't release it. I don't know. She said that there was that passion. I said, girl, please. Stick to modeling. Stick to fashion. Please. Don't do that. Please don't do that. But yeah, I think that's everything. So I don't want this video to be too long, and as you can tell, I don't know why I keep doing these crochets and chats when I really don't be crocheting. I just be chatting. I just be yapping. But like I said, I'm gonna try to do more of this today, and I will be putting out more videos about like the other projects that I'm working on, so you guys will see at least some clips of that while I'm working on those. But I just wanted to, you know, sit down with you guys and just talk about the Beyond the Villa because I don't really see anybody else doing it. So I just see them on TikTok, and I like longer videos so that I can, like, you know, crochet with it while I listen. But yeah, y'all, that is it for this video. I will be checking in another time, hopefully. Definitely next video will probably be me working on my other items that I want to make, or maybe just talking about them. We'll see. Or I actually have something in the works, so I will definitely be talking about that later on. But yeah, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. Whether you were here for the crochet, whether you were here for the topic of discussion, I appreciate you guys clicking on this video and just sitting here and just listening to me yap. Let me know what you guys thought about the Beyond the Villa. This was your first time ever watching Love Island. This was my first time watching Love Island. I've never even heard of Love Island before season 7. I just saw all that stuff over TikTok, and I was like, you know what, let me watch this. So yeah, that's how I got hooked. But will I be seeing season 8? I'll look at clips on TikTok, and that'll determine if I want to watch season 8. But yeah, you guys, let me stop yapping and let me go finish up this strap. This honestly should have took me no time, but I was just yapping. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye.